This podcast is for informational purposes only and does not constitute financial advice. Consult with a qualified professional before making any investment decisions.
Welcome to The Wire Technology Edition, the week in real estate presented in digestible bites. Hold on while our AI hosts take us on another ride through this week's top real estate headlines.
Welcome back to the Deep Dive. This week, we're zeroing in on some fascinating developments in the world of real estate technology.
Yeah, especially for those of you listening in from The Wire. I know you guys are all about staying ahead of the curve when it comes to prop tech.
You sent in some really insightful articles this week, and we've been diving deep into them to bring you the key takeaways.
It's all about connecting the dots, right?
Exactly. Like, what do these announcements actually mean for you as real estate professionals who are constantly on the lookout for that next game changer?
Yeah, for sure. We're going to be talking about everything from AI, which, by the way, is not just a buzzword anymore, to some pretty innovative marketing strategies, and even some interesting new partnerships that are popping up.
And honestly, one of the things that really jumped out at us right away was the sheer amount of activity happening around artificial intelligence. Like, it's not just theoretical anymore. We're seeing actual real-world applications.
Yeah, I mean, one of the articles even talks about some pretty significant sales results that have been directly attributed to AI.
$100 million in sales. But we'll get to that in a minute.
Right. Got to keep them on the edge of their seats.
Okay, so let's start with the AI stuff. I mean, it's everywhere right now. This first article about Inside Real Estate acquiring List Assist. That was really interesting. List Assist, just to give a quick overview, is all about using AI to make property search and marketing way smarter. Like, imagine buyers being able to just describe their dream home like they're talking to a friend.
Totally. Like in normal, everyday language.
Yeah.
Not having to mess around with a million different filters or search terms.
Exactly. And on top of that, List Assist uses image recognition, and it can even create those super important SEO-friendly descriptions for listings automatically, which is a huge time saver for agents, right?
Yeah, that's a big one, especially for agents who are already juggling a ton of tasks.
The thing that really caught my eye, though, was a quote from Joe Skousen, the CEO of Inside Real Estate. He talked about this acquisition unlocking a new world of data and insights for their Bold Trail CRM users. So it sounds like agents are about to get a seriously upgraded assistant in their CRM, one that actually understands what buyers want and need.
What's super smart about this move is that they're putting this really advanced AI search functionality directly into the agent's CRM, right, where they're already working. So a buyer can just say what they're looking for in plain English.
Right, like a normal human being.
And that information not only helps them find better matches, but it also feeds valuable data back into the agent's system. So agents can follow up with clients in a much more personalized and timely way. I mean, it just tightens that feedback loop between understanding what your clients want and actually being able to act on it.
And this wasn't just some random startup that Inside Real Estate snatched up. Chris McGoldrick, the founder of List Assist, talked about how they've already been providing AI solutions to tons of agents and some pretty big real estate brands, even Howard Hanna, which is a major player.
Right. So this acquisition feels like a deliberate move by Inside Real Estate to bake AI right into the core of their platform. Like, this could become the new normal for how buyers search for homes. I mean, you think about how we search for everything else these days, like online shopping or even just Googling stuff, right? We just type in what we want.
Natural language, easy peasy.
Exactly. It only makes sense that real estate would catch up. And I think it's happening faster than some people might realize. And for agents, the time-saving thing can't be overstated. Like, having AI take care of writing those SEO descriptions, that's huge. It frees up so much time for them to actually focus on building relationships with clients and doing more of those strategic, high-value activities.
Okay, let's talk about something that's even more mind-blowing. The idea of actual AI real estate agents.
The AI agents.
Yeah, I mean, that's what this Israeli startup, eSelf AI, is working on. These AI agents, they can answer questions from potential buyers and even give them virtual tours of listings using videos and images, which I think is really cool. And they do it all using those large language models that everyone's talking about, but in a way that's actually super visual and engaging,
Right. Like, it's taking all that data and presenting it in a way that's easy for people to understand and get excited about.
So what's your take on this? Do you think we'll all be dealing with robot real estate agents soon?
I mean, it definitely makes you think about the future of the human agent. I mean, AI can clearly handle a lot of those initial inquiries and provide basic information, But there's still so much in real estate that requires that human touch, you know?
Right, that emotional intelligence, the ability to build trust and rapport with clients, and of course, the art of negotiation. Those things are still so crucial.
Exactly. But then you see what's happening over in Portugal, and it really makes you wonder.
Oh, tell me about it. So Porta de Frente Christie's, which is a real estate brokerage over there, reported $100 million, $100 million in sales that came directly from leads generated by an eSelf AI agent in just 1 year of testing.
That's wild.
Right, and their CEO, Joan Celia, pointed out something really interesting. He said that with over 5,000 listings, it's basically impossible for any human agent to know every single detail about every property, but an AI agent can access and share all that information instantly. Like, it's got an encyclopedic knowledge of every listing.
And that's just one brokerage in one country.
Mhm.
Imagine this scales up globally. It really makes you rethink the timeline for how quickly AI could start impacting the real estate industry in a really significant way.
I think what's so fascinating here is like the idea that these AI agents are available 24/7. The article mentioned they were fielding inquiries from the US and Brazil, so it's definitely not limited by time zones. And the potential for streamlining costs and maybe even reducing the need for human agents in certain parts of the process, that's huge.
Oh, absolutely. And I think that's probably one of the biggest takeaways from these articles so far. AI is already making a real measurable impact on sales. It's not some far-off future thing. It's happening now.
Right. And that brings me to what I thought was a pretty surprising insight, that $100 million figure. It really drives home the point that AI is not just about like helping human agents work better. It's actually capable of generating revenue on its own, which changes the game completely.
Yeah, I mean, it really suggests that we're moving past the idea of AI just being a tool that augments human capabilities.
Yeah.
We're now seeing AI that's actually driving sales and contributing directly to the bottom line.
Okay, let's shift gears a bit and talk about the marketing side of things. There were a couple of really interesting developments there as well. Like FBS Data, the company behind Flexalls, just launched something called MAS by FBS, which stands for Marketing Add-on Services. And their whole idea is to give MLS organizations the multiple listing services a way to really step up their marketing game.
Yeah, they're offering branding, content creation, graphic design, even automated webinar solutions. It's basically like having a whole marketing department at your fingertips, but without the overhead of hiring a bunch of people.
Yeah, which is huge, especially for smaller MLSs that might not have the budget for a full-fledged marketing team.
What I really like about this is how it's specifically tailored to the needs of MLS organizations. They clearly get the challenges that MLSs are facing, and they're giving them the tools and support to really stand out both to their members and in the broader real estate market.
Kim Pryor, who's the EVP over at FBS, really emphasized that point. They're committed to helping MLSs communicate more effectively and more affordably, especially in this current market, which can be tough. And, they're not just throwing some generic marketing solutions out there. They're bringing their deep understanding of the real estate industry to the table, which makes a big difference.
Absolutely. And we're already seeing some MLSs putting these new tools to good use. Like the article mentioned Oregon Data Share. They use MAS to update their logo and their whole visual identity. So they've got this fresh, modern look now, but it still honors their history and their legacy.
I love that. It's like a makeover, but it's still authentically them.
Right. And then there's Low Country Regional MLS. They're using MAS for a fully automated webinar system, which sounds insanely efficient.
Yeah, that was the one where Peter Pohl talked about how crucial it is for their members to stay up to date on all the latest trends and technologies, but they also don't want to overwhelm their staff with administrative tasks.
Makes sense. And by automating all those logistical things like registration and reminders and all that, MAS is basically freeing up the MLS staff to actually focus on the content, which is where their expertise lies.
It's like having a virtual assistant for your webinars.
Totally.
Yeah.
It just makes the whole process so much smoother and more efficient. So bottom line, I think MAS is offering MLSs a really compelling value proposition. They can access this professional-grade marketing expertise without having to build out a whole in-house team.
It's leveling the playing field for them. They can really compete on a marketing level with some of the bigger players, and ultimately that benefits their members, which is what it's all about.
Exactly. Stronger MLSs mean stronger agents.
Okay, let's talk about Real Scout, which was another interesting one. They're rolling out something called exclusives, which is aimed at giving brokerages more control over how they manage and market their exclusive listings.
Yeah, this was super interesting. Remember how Real Scout powers those platforms like Howard Hanna's Find It First?
Right. That gives buyers a sneak peek at listings before they hit the open market.
Exactly. So now they're offering this platform where brokerages can have more direct control over their own exclusive listings, which I think is a really smart move because there's been so much talk lately about off-market listings and, how brokerages can really leverage those.
Yeah, like turning those exclusive listings into a real competitive advantage.
Right. And Andrew Flackner, the CEO of Real Scout, he actually mentioned that this platform has been in development for years. Like,
Yep.
they've been analyzing buyer behavior and tweaking the technology since 2019, and now they feel like it's really ready for prime time, especially with so many brokerages focusing more on exclusive listings.
And Hobie Hanna from Howard Hanna, he talked about how Real Scout's platform does a phenomenal job of matching those exclusive listings as well as new listings with the right buyers like instantly, which creates this sense of urgency and just gets those properties in front of the right people right away.
And that's key, right? Like, getting those listings seen by the people who are most likely to be interested in them. It's a win-win for both buyers and sellers.
It streamlines the whole process. So to me, it seems like the big takeaway with Rail Scouts exclusives is that it's all about giving the power back to the brokerages. They get to control their listings, their marketing, and ultimately their own destinies.
Absolutely. It's about giving them the tools they need to be successful on their own terms, especially in a market that's as competitive as real estate.
All right, let's move on to our last theme, which is the growing number of strategic partnerships and platform integrations we're seeing, all aimed at boosting agent productivity.
Yeah, this was something that came up in several of the articles. It seems like everyone's trying to figure out how to make agents' lives easier and more efficient, which makes sense, right?
Oh, totally. I mean, agents are already juggling so much, so any technology that can help them streamline their workflows and free up their time, that's going to be a huge win. And one example that really stood out was the partnership between Lofty and Realty Executives International. Lofty is this AI-powered enterprise platform.
Yeah, I've been hearing a lot about Lofty lately. They're doing some really cool stuff.
So the goal of this partnership is pretty straightforward. They want to give Realty Executives International's entire network of franchisees, teams, and individual agents access to Lofty's platform, which is supposed to help them be more productive and close more deals. Lofty has a whole bunch of different tools, from lead generation to presentation software to social media management. It's like a one-stop shop for agents.
It's interesting because it seems like these kinds of partnerships are becoming more and more common. You've got technology companies that are looking for ways to reach a wider audience.
Right, a built-in user base.
And then you've got these established real estate networks that want to offer their agents the latest and greatest technology to stay competitive.
So it's a win-win for both sides.
Exactly. And of course, the big winner, hopefully, is the agent who gets to use these amazing tools. And one thing that really struck me about this particular partnership was a quote from Patrick Vanden Bosch, the president of Realty Executives International. He emphasized how crucial it is for real estate professionals to leverage technology, especially a solid CRM system, if they want to succeed in this market. So by partnering with Lofty and offering their platform to their agents, they're essentially saying, hey, here's this incredible tech that can help you level up your business.
And Brian Hoylman, the chief strategy officer at Octi, echoed that sentiment. He said that for technology to really make a difference, it has to be seamlessly integrated into how brokerages operate and how agents work every single day.
It can't just be some clunky add-on that you have to, jump through hoops to use.
Right. It has to be intuitive and easy to use, and it has to actually solve real problems that agents are facing.
Absolutely. So if you think about the benefits for agents in this kind of partnership, they're huge, right? I mean, imagine having one platform that handles your lead generation, your client communication, your marketing, all powered by AI.
That would free up so much time and energy.
Exactly. It could really help agents be more efficient and ultimately close more deals, which is the name of the game, right?
And I think that's a perfect segue into our final thoughts here. So, as we wrap up this deep dive, it's clear that the real estate technology landscape is constantly evolving. We're seeing this massive shift towards AI, which is impacting every aspect of the industry.
Right, from how buyers search for homes to how agents work. I mean, even the fundamental way that we buy and sell real estate is being disrupted. And then you've got the renewed focus on providing MLSs with powerful marketing tools, which shows how vital they are to the industry.
Absolutely. And all of these strategic partnerships are creating these integrated platforms that can really empower agents to be more productive and more successful. But what really stood out to me, that big takeaway moment, was that $100 million figure. The fact that one brokerage was able to directly attribute that much revenue to an AI agent, that just blew my mind.
Yeah, it really shows you the potential of AI to not just augment what human agents are doing, but to actually drive sales independently.
Right. And I think that's something that all of our listeners, especially those of you in the real estate world, need to be thinking about. Like, how can you start incorporating these technologies into your own strategies? Whether it's learning more about AI, using new marketing services, or just keeping an eye on what's happening in the prop tech space, it's clear that technology is becoming increasingly crucial for success in real estate.
And this brings up one final thought, something to ponder as you continue on your prop tech journey. As AI starts to handle more and more of those initial touch points in the real estate process, what does that mean for the human agent?
Ooh, good question.
Right. What are the unique skills and the value propositions that human agents need to develop and emphasize to stay relevant and continue building those strong, lasting relationships with their clients?
That's something for everyone to think about. I know it's something I'm going to be pondering. But for now, we hope this deep dive has given you some valuable insights to consider. We always love hearing your thoughts, so if something particularly stood out to you, let us know.
Yeah, and definitely check out the companies and offerings we talked about today. Do your own research and see how this technology can work for you.
Absolutely. Thanks for tuning into The Wire. We'll catch you next time on The Deep Dive.
If you're interested in your own personalized edition of The Wire, please visit us at thewire.fm/custom. We offer market-specific podcasts with all the latest real estate news and market analysis delivered to you weekly or monthly. Own your market with a personalized edition of The Wire, the week in real estate. Thank you for listening.